Hello everyone and welcome back to Badminton Weekly with me, Jasmine Lim. And what a week it has been! The highly anticipated Yonex All England Open Badminton Championships lived up to all the hype with thrilling matches and unexpected upsets. Today, we're going to review it all before looking ahead to the Yonex Swiss Open. To talk us through it all, we have with us on our expert panel, India mixed doubles player Ashwini Ponnappa. Thanks for joining us today, Ashwini.
Hi, Jasmine. Thank you for having me.
So Ashwini, we have plenty to talk about from the All England Open, but let's start with the biggest headline and of course an upset in the men's singles category. Defending champion and world number one Viktor Axelsen crashed out in the second round to Malaysia's Zi-Yong. How surprised were you by this result? And for Axelsen, is this something to worry about considering the fact that he also lost in the finals of the India Open to Kunlabut Vititsan?
I was a bit surprised that Viktor lost because he is a player who's been very consistent, extremely strong physically and mentally, and has a consistent season on tour. So I was a bit surprised because he's not a player who's easy to get points from, and especially a win. But having said that, the young Malaysian definitely gave Viktor a good fight and didn't make it easy because it was neck to neck, and towards the end, Eng was the better player and happened to come out on top. But I wouldn't say that it's something to be worrying because Viktor is a world-class player. He's the current world number one, and he's a player who's found ways to come out of such situations. So I'm pretty sure he'll be looking forward to playing the next tournament and performing better there.
Another player who had a disappointing run this tournament is Sindhu, who failed to get past China's Zhang Yiman in her opening round. Now, unfortunately, this marks the third time that she has failed to advance past the first round of a tournament this year. After defeat, Sindhu said that she was still struggling to find her rhythm, especially coming back from the left ankle injury that had kept her sidelined after the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Now, as a player, Ashwini, for an injury like that, how difficult is it to get back on track, both mentally as well as physically?
Well, it's pretty hard because Sindhu's been laid off for a couple of months after the Commonwealth Games due to her injury. And it's not easy to get back, especially because after the injury, I think the easiest part is physically getting back stronger. But the mental aspect of getting back is a tougher part, especially because physically you feel like you can do it, and mentally you think you can get back to where you were when you got injured. But that doesn't really happen because you have been laid off the tour for a couple of months. You're not too confident with whether you can move or not move. So it does take a toll on the player because you're not sure. And when you go onto court and you lose in the first round, it makes it even more harder because it makes you doubt yourself. She's also had a couple of changes. So there's a lot happening. But she is a player who's performed at the highest level. She knows what's needed to perform at that level. If she gets onto court and she makes sure that, or feels that she's stronger physically, mentally, she can slowly pick up and work up on that. Because I think the important aspect there is to also believe that you can play and not have that fear at the back of your mind that the injury is going to relapse. And that's really important for her to make sure she gets onto court and she's confident with the fact that she can move on court and she can push her body to the highest level in order to perform.
On a brighter note, Lee Zizia and Anders Antonsen, who we know had both endured difficult times recently, made it to the last four of the men's singles category. Now that's obviously amazing for them. How much of a confidence boost does it give them, considering it's such a big stage, and of course they're going against some of the best in badminton?
I'm sure the two of them are extremely happy because it's much needed for the two of them. They've had a couple of changes with their training as well, with both of them having taken decisions to start training on their own. I'm sure that also plays a lot at the back of their mind because it puts a lot of pressure when you take some steps towards taking decisions that aren't really what everyone else is doing. You also have the pressure to perform and prove to everyone that that's the right decision. So I'm pretty sure that the two of them are really happy with the fact that they've done well in this tournament. It would definitely give them a lot of confidence in their game and in their ability, which in the past with the performances that they've had, I'm guessing it would have affected their confidence and their self-belief. So having reached the semi-finals of the All England is definitely a confidence booster and should help them towards going forward to the other tournaments.
Speaking of confidence and performing on the big stage, Shi Feng definitely did that in the finals when he blitzed past compatriot and 2018 champion Shi Feng in straight sets to claim his first ever Super 1000 title. Now, this makes him the first unseeded player to do so in the men's singles category in a whopping 20 years. As all the headlines claim, do you think a new star is born here?
I guess you could say that because he's an unseeded player. This is his first All England tournament. Reaching the finals itself is a big deal, and having beaten his teammate is not easy at all. And winning the All England on your first attempt is no easy feat. He's an incredible player. He's brilliant on court. He's fast, he's agile, and he's made it very difficult for his opponents throughout the tournament. He seems to be everywhere on court. And that's probably why he's done so well and happened to win the All England title.
我觉得当然是非常震惊吧。首先是因为自己从第一轮就或者说在参赛前也没有说能想到进决赛，或者说甚至说是拿冠军到这个地步。我觉得非常的震惊吧，震撼。对我觉得我根本想不到我能2局轻松拿下，就是能战胜师兄师弟吧，就是可能也有想过能胜，但我觉得一定是非常辛苦或者说艰难，但可能是说我第一局可能也是落后吧，我觉得那个时候心态也是放得很好，所以说我觉得在关键分的时候我可能做的比他稍微更坚定一点吧，可能他当时出球或者说心理压力会比我大一点，所以说我觉得最后关键分我可能做得更好一点吧。
Jumping ahead to the women's doubles category, your compatriots Trisa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichan Pullela also had a fantastic run, making it to the semi-final for the second time running. Along the way, they overcame a couple of big names. What impressed you most about them?
I was pretty impressed with their performance. I thought they performed really well this tournament. I was actually looking forward to seeing the semi-finals and seeing if they're going to do even better than what they'd done at the last All England, which was their first time at the All England, and they'd reached the semi-finals. I really like the way Gayatri and Trisa played. They've played an incredible couple of matches. From the first round, they've had difficult matches and they've played really convincing games against everyone. And one of the things that I love about the two of them is that both of them are very agile on court. They're fast and they complement each other on court, with Trisa having a big smash with a variation of drops and Gayatri being extremely sharp at the net, along with also the two of them being really mobile and agile on court and having a good defense. So if there's one thing I would think that they would need to work on, is probably just get a little bit more tougher mentally. They are definitely strong, but just under pressure, they probably need to get a bit more tougher.
And speaking of making it all the way, it was Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young who claimed the women's doubles title. How impressed were you with them, especially after the epic quarterfinals win over top seed Chen Xingchen and Jia Yifan?
I was extremely impressed by them. They had a fairly easy finals against their teammates, but that quarterfinal match was fantastic. Both the pairs were on fire. There was so much energy on court and there was so much grit on court. No one gave up. And I really loved the rallies that they played. And I would say Kim and Kong held on to their nerves. They saved a match point in the second game and went on to win third. Very close. It was very, very exciting to watch. I loved the energy they had on court. It was super fast. They had variations. They were moving around on court really well. And they didn't have an easy pair, of course, because they were up against Shi Feng and Chen Cheng. So it wasn't easy at all. And that was probably like the women's doubles match of the tournament for me.
네, 아무래도 그 선수들이 이기고 올라와서 자신감도 붙고 이제 저희 거를 찾으면서 이렇게 우승할 수 있게 되어서 기분이 너무 더 좋은 것 같아요.
아무래도 뭔가 대한민국 선수들이 이 역사 깊은 큰 대회에서 결승전을 뛰었다는 것 자체가 너무 뿌듯하고 저희가 뭔가 다시 올라설 수 있는 그런 계기가 되지 않을까 그런 생각이 듭니다. 진짜 이 정말 역사가 깊은 대회에서 우승을 할 수 있다는 게 정말 믿겨지지가 않는 것 같아요, 아직도.
Of course, another Korean who ended up at the top of the podium was An Se-young. This is her first title in Birmingham, ending Korea's 27-year wait for an All-England women's singles champion. With how she's performed so far this year, this is sort of expected out of her, isn't it?
I guess you could say that, but she's had a fantastic start to the year. And she was at the final at the German Open the week before the All England. She lost in that final, and it wasn't the kind of finals we'd seen An Se-young and Yamaguchi have in the past. So I'm not too sure if you're saving energy for the All England and gunning for the All England. It seemed like it because she's had tough matches. She had a really tough match in the semi-finals against Tai Su Ying, and a tough match in the finals. It's not easy to have a tough match and another tough match in the finals, but she held her nerve, gave it her all, and she also seems to have worked quite a bit on her game. She's not just a player who is recovering shots, but she's also a player who's proactively going out there and attacking, which is quite a change we've seen in her game style compared to the past. And I think that's definitely helping her.
And finally, in the men's doubles category, the daddies, Hendra Setiawan and Muhammad Ahsan, at a combined age of 73, really proved that age is just a number when they made it all the way to the last two. They eventually fell short to compatriots and world number one Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Ardianto, but the Indonesians, they showed that they're still the ones to beat in this discipline, didn't they?
For sure. I mean, Hendra and Ahsan are like a very big inspiration for a lot of doubles players, men's, women's, mixed doubles, everyone, because they're going strong. They've been playing for the longest time. They've won almost everything. And to have that willpower and that determination and that motivation to go out there and play is absolutely phenomenal. And to have reached the All England final again and compete against their teammates who are way younger than them, it's really nice to see. And one of the things that I absolutely love about Hendra and Ahsan is the fact that they enjoy playing. At least when I watch them play, I see them enjoying themselves, and they've learned how to manage their body. They've learned how to manage their mind. And it's not really easy to do, especially as you get older. And especially if you've done really well in the past and you've done well at the highest level, to stay motivated and to keep going at it is not easy. So it's really amazing to see that they're still going strong at this age.
I still believe can play against the young player, but so many people say like too old or something, but it's okay.
Now let's shift our focus to the Yonex Swiss Open. Ashwini, you played at Jacobs Hall before, so what can we expect in terms of playing conditions and what type of player does it suit best?
Well, I've played at the Swiss Open for a couple of years, and initially when I played there, the stadium had a different setup with the courts being wide like this. And I think at the World Championship, the last World Championship that was held at the Swiss Open, they changed the layout of the court, which kind of makes the stadium a lot bigger than it did in the past. It seems a bit more to me like the All England in terms of the height of the stadium inside. Then I would say the stadium suits players who are sharp and quick and can move really well on court and be consistent, will definitely perform well.
With the Swiss Open happening right after the All England Open, the players who had a disappointing run in Birmingham, such as Victor Axelsen, PV Sindhu, and Malaysia's men's doubles pair Aaron Chia and So Wee Ik, they must be eager to get a good result here. But the question is, how crucial is it for them to perform well and bounce straight back?
I wouldn't say it's really crucial. I would say it's really nice that we have another tournament for them to get an opportunity to come back and bounce back. And that would be something that is really helpful to a lot of players who didn't really perform well at the All England. They have another opportunity to go out there on court and redeem themselves. And I'm guessing a lot of players would be gunning to do just that, to go onto court, look at what happened at the All England, learn from that, and bounce back stronger at the Swiss Open.
Thank you so much once again for joining us today, Ashwini, and we hope to have you here on the show again.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. See you soon.
And before I say goodbye to all of you at home, don't forget to catch all the action from the Yonex Swiss Open this week. If you're on the go, you know what to do. Get the latest match updates and statistics through the BWF app, Badminton for you. As always, don't forget to share your thoughts and questions on the BWF Facebook and YouTube page. With that, I'll see you next week.